the Honorable Herbie Macaulay, who's going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation, by the way. I'm sure you've already noticed the different setups here. Following that, we're also going to be hearing from the spokesperson of the Liberia National Police, issues regarding the just ended elections. There's been some spillover effect happening in a few counties. Mr. Carter will be here. Moses Carter, the spokesperson for the police, is here already. He's going to be talking about how the police is handling, specifically in Bapolu and other, in Bapolu County and other adjacent electoral districts. And then we're going to be having another speaker here that will be introducing his movie, which is titled Wheel and Deal. And, it's a Liberian movie that was shot by a Liberian filmmaker in Hollywood with an entirely Liberian cast. That person is Mr. Alexander Wiapla. He's going to be talking about his film. But just before we get to them, it is customary on this platform that we do some housekeeping. And one of the things we want to talk about is the fact that, we've just had a major milestone in the country. We've had an election without, we've had several of them before, but this is a larger one without unmill that left the country some time back, and a major intervention of the international community. We just held that under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency President George M. Weah, and all of the different observers have applauded the process, giving us plaudits for the level of transparency and organization that went on. And the President himself has already congratulated all of the different victors, those who won their different electoral constituencies, the different counties, be it opposition leaders or members of his own political party. The President said he was looking forward to working with them, some old lawmakers, some of them are new ones, but regardless of their individual statuses, he says that he's hoping to working with everyone, that the Liberian people have expressed their confidence in through their votes. So that was the State of the Nation address the President gave just before he left the country for Cote d'Ivoire, where he attended the inauguration ceremony of President Al-Hassan Ouattara. And then following that inauguration ceremony, he held meetings on the sidelines, on the margins of that ceremony with several leaders in the continent, around the continent. And then following that, he met with, he also attended the inauguration of Guinean President Alpha Conde. The President is currently back home in the country. We just want to say welcome to our dynamic President. You might have heard yesterday that the U.S. government, through its embassy in Monrovia, donated a machine that is called Gene Expert. It's worth about $107,000, I think, United States dollars. And it has the ability to determine in a relatively short period of time several different diseases, including the SARS that is, which was affecting some Asian countries at some point, but also the one that is currently affecting the globe, COVID-19. So the Liberian military that received that donation from the U.S. government will be beefed up and is more prepared now, is efficient. The Liberian military has been doing quite a wonderful job handling, aiding our medical personnel, those from the Ministry of Health and other health facilities across the country, at the different treatment centers, specifically the one at the 14th Military Hospital, So this new machine is expected to beef up that capacity of theirs to handle the crisis currently happening in the country. So those are the talking points for now. Unless you have a question, we will call up our guests to come and do their individual presentations. Well, I understand we don't have one, so we will call up. We'll call up first the Managing Director of the National Transit Authority, the Honorable Herbie Macaulay, to do a PowerPoint, do a presentation. He's going to tell you what kind of presentation it is on the digitization of the ticketing system at the NTA. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Fafana. Good afternoon to everybody, members of the fourth estate, ladies and gentlemen. As you may recall, 2 weeks ago, week before the last Thursday, we were here to do a presentation concerning the National Transit Authority new digital platform. But we were unable to do that and decided to come back this week and to inform the people of Liberia about the new platform that we have just installed. From time to time, we decided to have a program once a week on the Freedom FM where we will basically inform the public about every activities that's going on at the National Transit Authority concerning digital platform. We know there will be challenges. It's a new thing, never been done in Liberia before. But with the time, we hope that our customers will understand the system, how it works, and in which direction we intend to take the entire platform. The purpose of this platform, the number one purpose of this platform is to be able to have transparency. When you have activities of cash-to-cash transaction, there's always challenge with money being lost. But we strongly believe with the new platform that we have installed at the National Transit Authority, we hope we can be able to have 80% of cashless transaction will boost the revenue generating capacity of the National Transit Authority at least 3 times, unlike what we have right now. So I will just take you through the entire process, a little hint, a little teaser, and then I will have one of my technicians coming, the marketing manager, who's going to, because he worked with our partners to develop the whole system. So he will go more details in everything. Before I proceed with this presentation, I got one appeal for the people of Liberia. This nation has been blessed under His Excellency to have gotten 45 brand new buses, which of course has never ever happened. It is our responsibility as the people of Liberia, most especially our customers. We want to appeal to you to assist us that these buses lifespan will benefit this nation, and through these buses we will be able to at least add additional buses. So we want to make an appeal. We want to work with you as our partners. When you get on board the buses, please, all you have to do is to sit and use your internet that is available. Don't try to touch any gadget on the bus. Don't try to destroy anything on the buses. We have this appeal and we're making this appeal. Please help us to be able to maintain what we are about to do. The people of Liberia need to be proud because this has never been done. I mean, in neighboring countries around us. It's not in Ghana, it's not in Ivory Coast, it's not in Guinea or anywhere. So Liberia is going to be one of the first countries who have the opportunity to go digital. So we can be proud of ourselves that other countries around us can be able to learn. So I will go to the board. As you can see on the monitor over there, the entire system, the entire system is so sophisticated and controlled that everything that is done on the buses will be monitored. Everything. And just to show you, this is our bus at the stations. So if you can see on the left side, all those green lights have to do with the buses that are functional right now. So everything from transaction to security, and everything on the bus is monitored. All right, so everything on the bus is going to be monitored, you know, from purchase of tickets to people be on the buses. We check everything from our monitoring room. And what's so good about it is that if you look at this part, this is the tracking system. So from our monitoring room, we basically see everything, where the bus is, how many kilometers the bus is going to be running. We see everything. So I will call on my marketing manager, who, like I said, work along with Nimerids to go deeper into the entire program and share with the people of Liberia. Mr. Roberts.
Thank you very much. Distinguished members of the Fourth Estate, on behalf of the National Transit Authority, I'd like to seize this opportunity to extend our grateful greetings to all of you. In continuation of the National Transit Authority digital platform explanation, my name is Anthony Roberts. I'm the marketing manager. Like my boss intimated, I work with our partner in my capacity as the technical focus person. So I will go to the platform this time and explain to you more on how the POL works and how the GPS system and also the in-house system work. So, distinguished members of the Fourth Estate, as you can see in my hand, I have a POS with bus number tag 51129. This is the POS the conductor going to use to interact with commuters or passengers. If you went to the National Transit Authority, then you will come to the realization that our conductor then interacted with travelers on the basis of signed and stamped ticket before getting on board the bus. So this managing director is squarely thinking about giving a taste of feeling of what is happening in the Western atmosphere, so that this machine can interact with our customer instead of an analog ticket. So I'm going to turn on this machine and do the exhibition so that you have an idea of how the system works. So, as you can see here, on the left corner of this machine has driver, and on the right has conductor. The National Transit Authority has a driver's card. This card is issued to all of our drivers. Similarly, we have the conductor's card. This card is also issued to all of our conductors. We also have the transportation card. So to the system now, I'm going to use this driver card to swap it to the machine. I don't know who the driver is because the system is so unique and automated. This system is going to tell us who exactly the driver is. So I go to the system, I get on the internet, I click login, it gets processed. As you can see, the system tells us that Roland Tyler is the driver. So that tells you that Roland Tyler is the driver assigned to this POS bus number 51129. So I'm going to do the same thing for this side of it, the conductor. Take login, it gets processed. Okay, now, you see that the conductor is Kedo. So, this POS is assigned to driver Roland Tyler and conductor Kedo. So now the driver going to leave, get on the bus, and the conductor going to use this system, click on, the dashboard going to open, and he or she starts the normal operation. So like I told you, then if you went to the National Transit Authority, they were interacting with our commuters or passengers with the analog ticket. So you click ticket, it gets processed to the POS. We have section, we have routes, and we have line. So example, we have route 101 that comes from Broad Street, BW Harris, to rail line. So the conductor going to click here and click in section 1. Click here. The system asks as to whether you're paying through cash or you're paying through the transportation card. So if you pay through cash, because we're cognizant of the fact that this is not just immediate, we're going to take our time, our people. So we have also the cash system where you're going to pay, and we're also going to have this system where you're going to use the card. So if you pay through the cash, the system also going to give you a ticket. If you pay through the cash, the system also going to give you a ticket. So this is how it works for the POS. Now, if you take a look on the projector, to the Sonobus system, that is the platform used by the in-house administrators. Everything we do at the National Transit Authority moving forward, we have a unique organized system. We're not going to be running back and forth with sheets and looking for drivers assigned to a particular bus. So you're going to click into administration. You come below, you see driver. It gets processed when it is clicked on. You're going to see the list of the drivers in the system. We also have the conductor. Go back to the same Housing Administration. So, when the MD spoke about helping the National Transit Authority to mitigate revenue leakages and protecting our commuters on the bus, on the various buses, before I go further into the system and explain and go to the GPS, I would like to share this experience with you, members of the Fourth Estate. 2 weeks back, I left my office and I walked up to the monitor room. To take a look at the system with the RTA folks. So while monitoring the system, there was a passenger who got on board the bus. Neither did he know that the National Transit Authority have a camera, CC camera. So he managed to steal the telephone of the driver. He sat right behind the driver and steal the telephone of the driver. So we went laughing. I took my telephone, placed the call to the conductor, and I told her that, take your own time. The passenger sitting right behind the driver just steal the driver telephone. So she went there, and she told him politely, please give me the driver phone. He was like wondering, shivering, and he just gave the telephone. Nobody bothered him. But then the system was on test. Neither did the conductor, understand what was happening. So later on, when she came back around, she came running. Probably somebody gave her the information that everything you're doing moving forward is on camera. So what I'm trying to get at is this. This system is not just about helping NTA to mitigate revenue leakages, but also going to help our passengers to be safe. If it wasn't for the CC camera, the driver would have lost his telephone. So back to the system. For those of you who may be interested, maybe now or in the future, we have the rental service. If you come and want to use any of our buses for rental service, we go click customer, we add new customer. So we're not going to be interacting with you anymore on the basis of sheet and give you X, Y, Z. On the basis of accountability and transparency, like my boss spoke about, I want you to go to the reporting aspect. Every transaction by this POS is automatically processed. So then, the National Transit Authority, consulting the financial people, we have to wait. Then our conductors will come and do the report manually. So what the platform is doing for us and the people of Liberia, we're going to sit in our respective offices for the financial controller. Please go to reporting. He sees all of the transaction. Look there. All of the tested transaction in the past days. You see the number of transaction. So if you are a assigned conductor going to Kakata or Bon County, if you take them from Rhine Line to Bon County and you park, we know actually how much money was collected by the system. In the system, for those of you who in the coming days, we purchase a car. If your car is stolen by somebody, you want to use the car to get in the system, all you need to do is just report it to NTA head offices, and this system will be used to block the car. In this system, we can also autofill or refill your card. So if you bought the card for $2 and you went to one of our point of sales, you recharge the card. This system, we're going to use this system to recharge the card, give the card to you, swap the card into the POS, and you have access. So let us now go to the GPS tracking system. Now, you have a fair idea and taste of how the system works. You see the buses moving now. It also shows the community or the local address. If you take a look at the GPS tracking system, you see the bus moving right there. So this is how unique the system is. So this manager or managing director who cares about the people of this country said that if you purchase a car during the festive season, your gift gonna be pay 20 and you have a monthly ride for items. Pay 15, you have a monthly ride.